I'm wondering if there's something that separates the politicians from the rest of us. And here's why. Over the weekend, I read the 360-page report from the law firm hired by the Christie administration to get to the bottom of Bridgegate. Now, for me, as an attorney, the document, it read more like an appellate brief that advocates rather than the result of any independent investigation for the truth. The public is asking, what did Chris Christie know and when did he know it relative to the closing of the access lanes for the GW Bridge? Christie says he did not know of the lane closures until media reports after the incident had ended. And on page 127 of the report, it stated, nor did we find any credible evidence that the governor had knowledge of the lane realignment while it was occurring from September 9 through 13. But with regard to whether he knew about the realignment while the lanes were closed, on page 88, it says, Wildstein claimed that he had mentioned the traffic study to the governor at a public event during the period of the lane realignment. Well, if David Wildstein, then a Port Authority official, claims that he told Governor Christie about the closures while they were occurring, how can the report be so definitive otherwise, especially where the three most important players in this inquiry refused to be interviewed? And this case of politicians allegedly behaving badly is one of many that are right now in the news. In my hometown of Philadelphia, 5 public officials were reportedly caught on tape accepting cash and gifts from a government informant. Plus, last week, the mayor of Charlotte and a California state senator were arrested. These stories make me wonder, what is it about the politicians? Do they possess a certain personality type that makes them more susceptible to bad behavior than, say, a group of accountants or engineers or busboys or carpenters? Dr. Frank Farley is a Temple University psychology professor. He's the former president of the American Psychological Association. I asked him. He told me that the basis of any discussion about political scandal is the tolerance for risk. In fact, he has coined the term type T behavior to describe the personality of the big risk-taking. The T stands for thrill. And those who are big T individuals can account for much of our enormous creativity on one hand and crime on the other. Politics, by its nature, is attractive to risk-takers. Now, this doesn't mean that all politicians are criminals, but according to Dr. Farley, there is T-plus behavior, charisma, that we often want in our politicians, and T-minus behavior, which is negative, destructive, and sometimes criminal. Says Dr. Farley, I am convinced after having studied political behavior for a long time that the risk-taking personality and behavior is a key ingredient in much of that corruption and destructive behavior. Well, that's what the expert says. Now let me play armchair psychologist, because I believe that this is what happens when we're represented by a permanent political class. You know, democracy in our country hasn't developed according to the plan. The idea was that we'd pick the best and the brightest, those very successful in life, who would serve despite reluctance because of an understanding that the needs of the community required their service for a limited amount of time. And then once their obligation was completed, they'd go home and resume their productive lives outside the government. Well, those days ended long ago. And today we have too many who are drawn to a risky profession for all the wrong reasons. I'm Michael Smerconish. I'll see you back here tomorrow night. CNN's special report, The Mystery of Flight 370 with Don Lemon, starts right